So the entire Mandy Rose and Otis storyline has been one of the most talked about stories and most popular stories for WWE in quite some time. It was actually one of the most well-written stories with a lot of ups and downs. The whole story of Mandy Rose and Otis getting together lasted just over 5 months, from December all the way to April. Throughout that time, we saw a shy Otis grow the confidence to talk to Mandy Rose and really spark something special with her. It was all around great character development for Otis, and he really grew a lot over those few months. For Mandy Rose, it was also some big character development. Mandy went from her being a self-centered heel to a more caring and open character. The old Mandy Rose would have just ignored Otis and kept going, but due to her character change, her whole entire perspective on Otis was really altered. She decided to give him the date and see how it goes, and that's when all the twists and turns started to happen with Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler both getting involved. But even while Mandy was with Ziggler, her character still seemed to be caring and thoughtful for Otis and others. She was dating a heel, but she didn't seem to be a full-blown heel herself anymore. When Ziggler was taking out Otis and Tucker, Mandy would always come running down the ramp trying to get Ziggler to stop. That's definitely strange because the usual heel girlfriend in that situation would cheer him on and tell him to continue the attack. But Mandy wasn't like that. Now, due to the big Sonya Deville reveal, Mandy left both Ziggler and Sonya in order to finally be with Otis, and it was the perfect end to that part of the story. Mandy Rose has been doing a few interviews lately and has been revealing it all, from the writing process of the story, all the way to what her real-life boyfriend actually thinks of the storyline. So let's take a look at some of the things Mandy revealed. Mandy Rose revealed that the Mandy and Otis relationship storyline was an idea that Mandy and Otis both came up with and discussed for a while, but when it came to pitching the idea to Vince McMahon, Mandy took care of the pitch. Mandy had this to say during an interview with Sports Illustrated on how the pitch went with Vince McMahon. "It's hard to get in Vince's office, but I finally got in and I pitched this story. He loved it. He had some ideas, and then Sonya and I had a lot of say in the creative, which was really cool. We were able to write a lot of it. We all worked together, and that's one of the reasons it worked so well. Everyone's been really passionate about it." So that's a real interesting fact there that we never knew before. The actual talent involved in the story had a big say in the creative direction of the story, and that's absolutely amazing. That's why the story flows so well and is portrayed so flawlessly by the superstars. It's all because it's their own material that they made up and feel comfortable with. This is exactly how a majority of WWE storylines should work. Sure, WWE creative has a few hits once in a while, but they sure do have a lot of misses as well when it comes to good WWE storylines and ideas. So putting the input in from the actual superstars involved in the story will be a great outcome for everyone involved. Just look at Mandy Rose and Otis' storyline as a perfect example of that. Mandy also explained how Otis is behind the scenes without any cameras around. "Ever since we met in NXT, we'd always joke around together. He'd call me Mandy Candy and cut different promos, and it was really cute. He's just so charismatic. Even when he's not on camera, he makes us laugh the same amount when he's off camera. He's funny and super sweet, and he's so kind, which is one of the best qualities." This was something we thought was really funny, and we both thought it could be a great story. Though I never thought it would resonate with people this much, but it's relatable, and it's really cool that we've been able to involve so many people. Mandy Rose also talked about their big WrestleMania moment of them getting together and how she wished there was a sold-out crowd present, so she could just hear them erupt in that moment. But obviously, we wouldn't get that moment because of today's conditions. WWE uploaded a backstage interview of Mandy Rose and Otis after WrestleMania, and that interview reached over 3 million views in just a few weeks. Mandy explained that the WrestleMania interview was done on the spot and wasn't scripted or planned in advance. She had this to say about that interview. "That was just us, off script, being ourselves. I was shocked it got so many views. We're really thankful that people are enjoying this." Now, of course, Mandy Rose and Otis aren't actually dating each other in real life. It's only the WWE characters of Mandy and Otis that are together. Mandy Rose does have an actual boyfriend in real life, and she was asked about his feelings about the storyline with Otis, if he was jealous, didn't like it, and just wanted the story to end. Mandy had this to say about her boyfriend's reaction. "My boyfriend doesn't have an issue with it. It's all the storyline and entertainment. If he got jealous of this, or if any guy did, it wouldn't work out, honestly." And Mandy had a point there. Everyone was flipping out during the Bobby Lashley, Lana, and Rusev storyline because for the same reason. Everyone was talking about how can Rusev allow the WWE to do this to him and put him through this embarrassment. But when you really look at it, WWE is just acting. It's all storylines, just like any other TV show or movie. An actor's significant other isn't going to leave them because they have to be in a fake relationship during one of their movie roles. So the same situation here for Mandy Rose and her real boyfriend. It's just a storyline, a made-up couple for WWE television. While talking about the Otis storyline, Mandy also revealed some interesting facts about her WrestleMania attire. Mandy Rose wore a never-before-seen gold attire at WrestleMania, and she spoke about the hectic situation behind her WrestleMania outfit and had this to say. "My designer, Paola, is out in LA, and she reached out to me a couple of weeks before WrestleMania to say her studio had shut down. She couldn't finish the gear she planned for me to wear at WrestleMania. The gear I wore was one of the two she made for the Royal Rumble. I'd never tried it on, but once I did, and I loved it and thought it was perfect for WrestleMania." So if you were wondering where Mandy got that special attire from, especially during the shutdown, turns out that it was an alternate attire that her designer had made for January's Royal Rumble event. But it's still interesting to note that Mandy and her designer had a special attire planned for WrestleMania 36 that they obviously weren't able to complete in time. So we'll have to see if Mandy's designer will get that attire done once her shop in LA opens up again. So that was a summary of the real standout highlights from Mandy's interviews, and it gave us a lot of insight on the storyline. Just to think how far this storyline went is actually quite impressive. The Mandy Rose and Otis storyline caused Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville's friendship to end. It caused the Smackdown hacker to make their debut, and most importantly, it caused Mandy Rose and Otis to get together. The Mandy Rose and Otis storyline was just some great storytelling and great writing. Hopefully more WWE storylines can borrow some key things from the Mandy and Otis storyline. The storyline technically still isn't over. We have to see what will happen next because it doesn't seem like Dolph Ziggler and Sonya Deville are leaving Mandy Rose and Otis alone. So we'll have to see how it plays out. What are your thoughts on everything that Mandy Rose had to say? Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on so you won't miss any new videos. And leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.